I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you a question which has been created from my morning walk today. I'll just show you a clip on this also. The question here is, I saw a pair of Canadian geese ready to fly at an angle of depression of 30 degrees from the height of 3 meters. They took off and flew just over 3 meters above me as shown in the video. Estimate my distance from the geese. They took off and flew just over 3 meters above me as shown in the video. Estimate my distance from the geese. So that's the bridge shown in brown color. Here I am, and that's the position of the geese, right? Now you need to find the shortest distance, that means this distance D from me. I'm on the A here, and this point B above the water is 3 meters from me. So this height is 3 meters. So in first part, there are two questions here. In the first question, you need to tell me what is my distance from the geese. We are also given that this angle is, when I say the angle of depression, what does it mean? It really means that if I draw a horizontal line here, then that angle is what is given to us, and this angle is 30 degrees. Since we are assuming this to be parallel to the river, that angle here is also 30 degrees. Correct? You can always pause the video, answer this question, and then look into my suggestions. So we have 4 options. Now you can always use calculator, but this section you can do even without a calculator. If you consider a special triangle, 30, 60, 90, it just gives you the direct answer. So if that is 30 degrees, right, then you know that the sides are 1, 2 and square root 3. Using this special triangle, we know that the hypotenuse is twice the opposite side. So from 30, the opposite side is 1, then hypotenuse is 2. In this case, it is 3, and therefore this distance should be 3 times 2, right? So it should be 6 meters. So option C is the right option. Okay. Now let's move on and do the second part of this video, which is very interesting. Now the question here is, situation is same as written above, and question number 2 for you is, estimate average speed of their takeoff flight if they took 3 seconds to cross over me, right? So now you can take time, answer this question. Here is our figure. We made it like this, kind of, this is the bridge, right? And the river is flowing underneath. Correct? The geese, they went about 3 meters above me. So the question here is, I saw a pair of Canadian geese ready to fly at an angle of depression of 30 degrees from the height of 3 meters. They took off and flew just over 3 meters above me as shown in the video. You need to estimate average speed of their takeoff flight if they took 3 seconds to cross over me, right? So let's sketch this diagram. So this is my position, and they were somewhere there earlier, making an angle of 30 degrees as we did in the first part, right? My height is 3 meters, and we just found that this distance is 6, and what now happens is that they flew over me, and their height was 3 meters over me, right? So 3 meters more, and if I complete this, then I do get a right triangle. Adding 3 meters, that becomes 6 meters, correct? Now tell me, What is the speed? Now the distance has also changed. Time we know is 3 seconds. So time is 3 seconds. We need to find that distance. Okay. So let's get back to our special triangle once again. When this angle is 30 degrees, at that time opposite side is 1, hypotenuse is 2. What about the adjacent side? It is square root 3 times. So this distance, the base here, will be 3 square root 3, correct? Now we know that the base from the Geese to the point B is 3 square root 3, and this total height, let's call this point as C now, is 3 plus 3 is 6. So the hypotenuse should be equal to 6 square plus square of 3 square root 3, right? Square root. So we know the distance. Let's calculate this distance and find the speed, right? So this is square root of 6 square is 36 plus square of 3 is 9, and this square root 3 is 3. So that is 27. So I'll add 27 and find the square root. In decimals, we can write this number as 7 point, let me round it to 94, okay. Now if that is the distance, and we know it takes 3 seconds, so I'll write distance as 7.94. Well, the speed is given in kilometers per hour, we have to change the units also. So we can say speed or velocity is distance 7.94 divided by, this is in meters, divided by 3 seconds, correct? To convert this to kilometers per hour, what should I do? Well, as far as meters are concerned, we know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, and hours, we want it in the denominator. So 1 hour is equals to 60 times 60, right? 60 times 60 seconds, correct? Now placing that, we can calculate it easily, cancelling 2 zeros here, right? And then with 3 we could cancel this 2 times. So we have to divide by 10 a number which is 7.94 times 6 times 2 is 12 divided by 10, right? So you can always approximate, right? 8 times 1.2 is your answer, but let's do it. 7.94 times 12 divided by 10 equals to, in decimals, 9.528, right? So we get 9.52. So the closest is option C for us. So they flew at an average speed of 9.5 kilometers per hour. So that is what we can gain from this particular experience. So I hope now from nature we can actually get some relevant data. Feel free to write your suggestions and views about this video. How do you like it? And if you share and subscribe my videos, that'll be great. Thanks for watching and all the best.